So now we're going to just kind of take a look. We're going to step back and do little functions. We just saw methods, and we're going to go back and look at functions just a little bit, and then we'll come back to methods, and we'll look at interfaces. And so I'm just going to collapse some of this stuff here. And so this will be, what am I on, 24? 024 MOS funcs, so more on funcs. And I don't know if I'll have additional stuff in here. We'll start with 01, and then we'll do main.go and package main and func main. And so we could have func foo, which takes in a slice of int and then returns an int. And so maybe we're going to var some int, and we'll do a for index value. And I'm kind of curious if I just have some variable here. I think it's just the index. And I'm going to range over II, and I'm going to func.println x, and then I'm going to do sum plus equals II x, and then I'm going to func. I'll return sum, and I will create a slice of int. Whatever. Why is 1024 not liked? Oh, because I have these. Got to be curlies. And I'm going to, call in foo and pass in my xi. And then func.println s. Does this make sense to everybody? So all I'm doing here is I'm demonstrating we can pass a slice of int into a function. Obviously, right? So I'm just demonstrating that. Did I hit record? Good. And then when I run this, I'm getting 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. So when I do just one parameter here, sorry, one variable, it just gives me the index. So I don't want the index. Normally this would be index value. I'm going to use the blank identifier and throw away the index value. If I just use one variable, it just gives me the index. And so I'm just going to capture the value there of the number I'm putting in. And now I'm going to run this again. I might add that in. And then my total's 1252. So I create a slice of int, assign to xi, I call this, well, we could do this. I hit a breakpoint there in the debugger. Now I come over, I click on debugging, I hit play, and it tells me here S is some crazy huge number. So the debugger in Go, it says, all right, you're here, you got a variable S, this is the value that's stored in that memory location. Well, it shows me whatever value is stored in that memory location, even if I haven't run this yet and written something there myself. That's just something to know about. And it also shows me here I have a slice of int, and with the slice of int it shows I have a length of 5 and a cap of 5. That's nice. And then it shows me each of my index positions, right? That's cool. So this debugger, and then I could kind of like say, look, I want to step into this function. This would step over, which means I just go straight to the next line in the program. I'm going to step into this function. So I'm going to step into foo. So now I'm at this line, and I have my II, which is a slice of int, length 5, cap 5. I don't know what this R1 means. If anybody knows what that is, let me know. And then I'm going to go here. Now I have my sum, and it's just showing me the value of whatever is in that memory location before. And then I do this, and it goes to my range, whatever value was there before. And then I do this, and now the value is 42, and the sum is 0, and now it steps into print line. I'm going to step out of that. I don't need to go into that. And then I go to my next one, and sum is still 0, and now sum is 42, right? And then 43, and I'm going to step over the print line, and then go to the next one, and 85. So I could start to debug, and then it returns some. Anyhow, the reason I started showing you this, I forget why. It's kind of cool though, right? Why did I start showing you that? I guess maybe just showing you these are all adding up. And we have a slice of int, so we could pass in a slice of int. But then we could also have this function. And I don't know what, I mean, I guess we could leave it called the same thing. And you'll see that notation. And that's a variadic parameter, which means I could pass as many ints as I want into this function. And then if we print that out, and if we look at the type, so I'm going to come up here and call it. I don't know, xi2. Let's call it i2ii. Whatever. No, actually, I don't need that. All right, and I could use s again, but I'm not going to declare it again. I'm just going to assign to it, okay? Because I'm done with s up here. Now I'm going to assign to it a new value. That might confuse some of you. But anyhow, I could do that. Did that make sense? How many people that made sense to you? How many people were like, huh? Okay. So here I'm passing in all those ints. So I could create a function that takes in an unlimited number of any type. But then what that does is it takes all those values of that type that I passed in, and it turns it into a slice. And I'm just making sure all my variables are good. So I'm going to come down here to the terminal. Clear, baby. And so this is the first time it ran with foo, and then here it ran with bar. And you can see this line here. Right, bars running. That line there, it turned it into a slice of int, all those ints that I passed in. So if you pass in using a variadic parameter, it turns it into a slice of whatever values, of those values, and they all have to be of the same type, obviously, because that's what this variadic parameter specifies. So if you go look at the documentation, and we look at the funct package, and you go to the index and you look at print and print line, which we've been using, print line. Look, it says, hey, I take an unlimited number, a variadic parameter of interface, empty interface. We're going to learn what that means here in a minute, empty interface. But there you see that notation, dot, dot, dot. It's kind of cool notation, right? Like, we use that already, you know, like colloquially we say, you know, dot, 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 meaning, hey, there's a whole lot more there. So dot, dot, dot means kind of like, hey, whatever, a whole lot more, whatever you want to put in, as many as you want to put in of this type, go for it, right? So that's a variadic parameter. And we did a function where we passed in a slice of int, and then we did a function where we passed in an unlimited number of any type. Then you could also do what I call unfurling a slice. Okay, so unfurling a slice. I could also do this. So let me make these different numbers. Just so we could see. I could also do this. And that's unfurling a slice. So, and I need a new variable here, tu. So I have a slice of int here, right, this xi. And I'm just saying, look, take all the values that are in there and just put them in as a comma-separated list. Okay, so if I have a function that takes an unlimited number of ints, and I've got a slice of ints right here, I could take that slice of ints and turn it into a comma-separated list of ints. I'm curious if this works. I think it will. And it's not liking it. Can I use xi, variable of type slice of int, as slice of interface value and argument to, right? So maybe it'll work. Maybe that's just like the linter doesn't know what I'm doing. Nope, same error. I thought it'd be kind of cool just to unfurl that there. But I guess there's only certain situations where you can unfurl, baby. And so now when I run this, right, here's where I unfurled that slice of int. So the main thing you're getting here, variadic parameters, right? So unlimited number of ints, unlimited number of ints, and then unfurling a slice into as an argument for a function that has a parameter of unlimited number of values of that type. Okay?